Players had to say about the matchup earlier this week. Let's start with Colt McCoy.
I think from my standpoint, you know, I'm thankful to get the opportunity to play. I need to get guys the ball, get Adrian Peterson going, spread the field, and count on the guys around me. I don't got to go out there and do anything special.
Our backs are against the wall, regardless. We're not worried about what we've done up to this point. It's about just moving forward, and I think that's allowed us to get on this two-game winning streak and get the record back to 500 is because we know our backs are against the walls. Every game matters. Every game is a must-win. Nothing changes this week.
And this game is for, you know, getting that #1 spot in the division, and I think it's definitely a big game for us, and it's really important for us to, you know, go out there and do whatever we can to win this game so it can set us up for the rest of the season.
Turkey. Good morning. Cowboys with a chance to take over first place in the NFC East. That is what is up for grabs today on Turkey Day between the Redskins and the Cowboys. Cowboys have to beat Colt McCoy and his team today. What will determine the outcome in this one, gents?
All right, so for me, I'm looking at the offense. I'm looking at the offense for the Dallas Cowboys and the play calling. You know, we've looked at Dak Prescott as a guy who stole our hearts his rookie year, came back, didn't have the year he wanted with Zeke having that suspension, and then coming up this year, some lows, and then the last couple of games looking really, really good. Scott Linehan, I'm looking at you, man. I played with you under two systems. We were in Detroit playing the Thanksgiving game. I remember walking into these games and Scott saying, we got to have the game of our lives. You guys are going to have to play well, but I got to play even better. I got to call a game that gives you guys the best chance to make some plays. So with Zeke starting to get a rhythm, Dak Prescott getting his confidence back, this defense playing well, I'm looking for the ultimate creativity. This isn't going to be a basic game. This isn't going to be a basic Thanksgiving with no seasoning. This is going to be all the flavors and all the fixings, from all the cultures. This is Scott Linehan's going out there, painting that brush and saying, okay, we got the creative offense, Rams, Saints, Bears, all these different teams that we're looking at KC and how fancy they are. I got something for you. Because at this point in the season, in the middle of the year, you can take a little bit of everybody's menu and you can create a masterpiece and feed us all with some great highlights. Scott, let's do this thing.
If you're expecting sizzle from one side, I'm expecting steak from the other, and it's Colt McCoy to me. This is going to make or break this game. And what do you got, Colt? Like, honestly, what do you got? Because it's been since 2014 since you started a game. The Redskins have kept you on the roster for 5 seasons, paying you close to $4 million a year to just sit and be the guy in the room and the mentor. Now this is the moment. Let's earn it. This was week 8 in 2014, a Monday night game. Colt McCoy came off the bench for a 2-5 Redskins team and beat a 6-1 Cowboys team in Jerry's World on Monday Night Football. So no stage is too big. Colt McCoy did this with Roy Halou and Silas Redd and Alfred Morris making the big plays. He can do this. Colt McCoy's been in the building, he's been in the scene, and he's been in the spotlight. No game is too big for Colt McCoy, but will he show up in the biggest game of his professional career today to save the Redskins season? Huge moment for Colt McCoy, not just for today, but to set the fans at ease and to set that team at ease. We can win with this guy. We're still the best team in the NFC East.
Jerry Jones was on the show yesterday. He said Amari Cooper was going to score how many touchdowns?
Said him and Zeke, 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. And that Jerry's going to be sitting in the end zone just waiting to collect high fives from them.
I can't wait.
It'll be a great game either way. I'm looking at the defining impact, the person that's going to change the game, swing it one way or the other. It's Zeke Elliott. You know how at Thanksgiving have you ever had a bad Thanksgiving? Like maybe you're the guy that drinks a little bit too much, you say the wrong thing, you get in a fight with your sister. That next Thanksgiving after that, you're like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to help with the dishes. I'm going to bring an appetizer. I'm going to get along with everybody. I'm going to only drink 2 glasses of wine. That is Zeke's opportunity today because he had that brutal situation the first time he took on the Redskins where he was held under 35 yards. The run-stopping defense with the Redskins so stout he could not get anything going. But lately, 55 touches the last 2 games for Zeke Elliott. The Redskins not as stout against the run of late. So to me, it's hand the ball to Zeke, let him have a 200-yard game, let him score 3 touchdowns as Jerry Jones wants. If he can get the run game going, which is why they were good in 2016, I've been saying it all week, they'll succeed.
I agree. And Zeke,
it's a revenge game for him.
Sure, revenge Thanksgiving, revenge holiday. Zeke's one of the stars of the family. I know Zeke's going to be there. She's like, I know Nana's going to be here. I know Uncle Bob's going to be here. If I know anything about these games, it is the random, where the hell did they come from relative who walks in and says, what are you doing here? I didn't know Dave Craig was going to have a huge Thanksgiving. I didn't know Julius Jones was going to go off. And we all have our favorites. I remember in 2005, Ron Dane showed up out of nowhere on Thanksgiving Day and had 95 yards for the Broncos. So this is what I'm saying. The Dane train, who even remembers it?
Love it.
These games are won and lost often by random cameos that you're explaining to your grandmother. So what I'm saying is, when that turkey leg comes out, look for Cole Beasley to have a bite. Grandma, this is Blake Jarwin, and he's eating it. Look at it. Cousins is eating it to defend his whole offensive line. Jamison Crowder is having turkey.
Ty Nsekhe is having turkey.
How long has that turkey been there? Where did they get
years. I think they use the same one.
Is it coming out of a truck? Like they're making
It's coming
it
out of
at
a
the
Madden
stadium?
Cruiser,
I don't
okay?
know.
So when Allen Hurns is having the turkey leg today because he had 3 touchdowns, that's how you know it's a Thanksgiving day. If the stars show up, it's the random relatives who will make this holiday.
Okay,
You're right about
raspy.
that. You're right about that.
But it's kind of cool, though, isn't it?
The rasp?
Sexy voice.
Is that it?
Got that